This video is presented by DiecastModelsWholesale.com. They offer a wide variety of diecast cars, models, action figures, and other objects from companies like Hot Wheels, Greenlight, and Johnny Lightning, representing franchises such as Formula One, INDYCAR, Star Trek, and Marvel. This is just a small sample of what Diecast Models Wholesale offers. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For a special deal from me, Ryan Holman, use the link in the description of this video and as the pinned comment for it. From his debut in 1957 through 1979, AJ Foyt was the most dominant IndyCar driver. In that time, he won 66 races, including the Indianapolis 500 4 times, along with 4 other 500-mile races. Furthermore, Foyt won the series championship 7 times, the last one being in 1979. Starting in 1980, Foyt decreased the amount of IndyCar races he competed in, though he was still competitive. He got his final win at the 1981 Pocono 500, and the next year at Indianapolis, he led for 32 of the first 95 laps before a transmission issue caused him to retire. Foyt then finished second at the next race, Milwaukee. Unfortunately, Foyt declined in 1983 and 1984, with his only notable result being 6th place at Indianapolis in 1984, when he was 3 laps down. The only time he was in contention for a win in this time was the 1984 Michigan 500, where Foyt led for 15 laps before having a suspension failure with 44 laps remaining. 1985 was a big year for Foyt, as he became 50 years old in January, won both the 24 Hours of Daytona and the 12 Hours of Sebring, and his AJ Foyt Enterprises IndyCar team got sponsorship from the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company through their Copenhagen brand. However, the season would be Foyt's worst in IndyCar.
Into the pits comes the remarkable A.J. Foyt at the age of 50, still carrying on in Indianapolis, the only 4-time winner of the race. And the interesting thing here, although he's running way back in 20th place at the moment, is that the next time, look at that, is that typical A.J. Foyt, gesturing, telling the crew what to do, but using up time right now. But the next time he crosses that start-finish line, he will have gone 10,000 miles on this racetrack. Nobody else ever even close to that. Will he make that one more lap?
Well,
there's a problem.
Jim, of course, this is the kind of discussion that you're supposed to have by radio with your crew. Now, why AJ did not have that discussion by radio beats me. Is the radio not working? Does he just choose not to use it? Or was there some development as he was coming into the pits?
But this is vintage AJ Foyt, as we said, 50 years old, 20th place, and he is just as angry as he would be if he just lost the lead.
Yeah, but darn it, Jim, what isn't vintage A.J. Foyt is that he should be up front in this race, not back in 20th. He was 20th when he came in. As you said, there seems to be a problem there with the right rear. That man is working on it. And now, of course, he's going to be way further back.
A.J. Foyt, of course, nowadays has many other interests, principally his large stable of thoroughbred racehorses. His son, A.J. Foyt III, training for the great Calumet Farm, by the way. Moving up in his profession. Oh, this is a long one. A long pit stop. Wait a minute, looks like is he getting out? Looked like he was going to the belt.
It would be incredible if he got out 1 lap short of the 10,000 mile mark, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. And you know, I think he's just plain mad at his crew. I mean, I'm not sure that that car is out of action, that it can't be put right. I mean, I'm not saying...
But it looks, as of this moment, like he may have stopped in this race at 9,997.5 miles.
And he is going to work on the car himself. Jim, you said it yourself, vintage A.J. Foyt.
What you're looking at right here is an anachronism, really.
Look at that. You see what's wrong. Yeah, the wing, which he was trying to describe, is loose. And that is a legitimate major problem if you're trying to run over 200 miles an hour. If that wing, that front dive fin was flapping back and forth, that could have been trouble.
But that's what it looked like 50, 60 years from now. Or 50, 60 years ago, when the drivers would help the mechanics work on the car. He's still his own chief mechanic. Oh, look at this. Here, they had a fire back in AJ's car. Seem to have it under control. You can't see alcohol fires, you know. Water and fire extinguishers. Oh, it's okay.
AJ, what happened?
Well, the right front wing broke early in the race, the adjustment, and I couldn't have no right front wing, and all I could do is push, push, push.
And then the fire in the pits, how did that happen?
Well, it was pressurized, and we released some pressure, and I spilled some fuel there, and then it ignited.
1 mile short of 10,000 miles. 1 mile short. You got to wait till next year.
I'm not going to worry about it.
Not going to worry about it. 1 lap, of course, short of the 10,000 miles, what Jack meant there. A.J. Foyt walking at home at Indy.
There's A.J. Foyt, the grand champion, the winningest driver in the Indy cars. He started in the back row. He moved up to 24th, but now A.J. Foyt is out of this race as he talks with Cecil and Billy Camphausen of Cart there. A.J.'s out of the race. He made a valiant effort here, really trying hard to do well in this race.
Out of race, Dale Coyne, Jose Lee Garza, Sammy Swindell, Denny Ongaias, A.J. Foyt, and Phil Kruger.
The yellow flag is out. The yellow flag is coming out for the Giacomelli incident. A very lucky man for the man who started in 5th position in this race. Bruno Giacomelli getting down on the inside and maybe losing control over those speed dump bumps we saw a little earlier today.
Very, very lucky man that he wasn't collected. There, in fact, is his teammate, Emerson Fittipaldi. So a bad start here for the Patrick team. Bruno can only be thankful that he actually got away with so many cars trying to get around him.
Well, apparently he was collected. There's Keke Mansilla also moving rather slowly. He looks like he has a flat tire, Derek, on the left rear. There's A.J. Foyt, who has entered the race here this week. You saw Tom Sneed was also involved. By the way, Foyt had a stop-and-go penalty coming for passing the pace car. No loss of laps, and a report from the pits that Dennis Firestone is having problems with the rear brakes. But we anticipate a green flag and a restart, the second restart of the 1985 Molson Indy 300. Another driver involved in that first green flag altercation with Emerson Fittipaldi was A.J. Foyt. We told you that A.J. was slowing because something was definitely wrong with the race car, and unfortunately he made this long trip to Canada, Jack, and it has ended early.
Indeed, it has ended early for A.J. Foyt. A.J., there isn't a heck of a lot you can do when somebody drops a hand grenade right in front of you, is there?
Well, not really. You know, we backed off there. It's fine. And kid in the 71, he has no experience on oval. Flat run down, run over the top of it, and bent the toe end all up and broke a wheel. And we tried to adjust it, but you can't. These type of cars, you just can't do nothing with.
We watched you when you came into the pits with the Copenhagen Gilmore car, and you wanted to get back out there. You tried to work the crew, and it was tout fini for the day.
Well, it just bent the front end. Like I said, the first lap, the car was flying yesterday evening, as you know, and you know, we knew it'd be tight, but I can't understand some of these yo-yos the way they drive now when the yellow's out running down over top of everybody.
I think A.J. Foyt can be the only man that can make those type of statements.
Well, he has driven, a couple of these races. A.J. Foyt, the all-time mileage leader, the guy who has won more pole positions, the man who has won more Indianapolis car races, 67 to be exact, than anybody in history. So I guess you might say that qualifies him for his own opinion.
Indeed it does. The man, or the yo-yo that he spoke about, I wouldn't call him that. Mansilla, in fact, is running. He did come into the pits, did get a wheel changed. He is still running in the field. He's running 17th. And Giacomelli, the other driver who had trouble on the first lap, is still running. They made some changes to his car on that first pit stop. He is still running. He's in 19th position. So Mansilla 17th, Giacomelli 19th.
The leader, Bobby Ray Hall, approaching the Chevrolet-powered car of Steve Chassis coming out of turn number 4, and right ahead of Chassis is A.J. Foyt. Yes, A.J. competing here this weekend, but again, not a real successful qualifying venture. He was clocking in only at about 150 miles an hour. And look at Al Unser Sr. blast around everybody on the backstretch.
Jan Lammers again up there. There's Mario trying to find a way through. Al Unser has just found a secret. He moved right through traffic like a hot knife through butter, and Al Unser finds himself in the lead. There is Gary Bettenhausen in 24, A.J. Foyt in 14. A.J. moves over, now he moves up on Gary. 3 oval track veterans right there, and Al Unser, like he was shot from a gun, has suddenly taken over the #1 position.
Foyt completed his season by retiring due to an engine failure after 24 of 112 laps at Miami. For the 1985 season, Foyt entered 7 races, retired from 6 of them, withdrew from Michigan due to rampant tire failures prior to the race, failed to start higher than 17th place at Pocono, had a best finish of 20th at Miami, and did not complete even half of any race distance. Foyt did increase his competitiveness in the following years in IndyCar. In Indianapolis in 1986, he was the 5th fastest qualifier and started 4th the next year, but he retired from each race. However, Foyt finished 5th in 1989, 6th in 1990, and 9th in 1992, along with qualifying in 2nd position in 1991. In 1988, Foyt returned to full-time competition in IndyCar. For 1990, he finished in the top 10 in 7 of 14 events, finished 11th in the championship, and very possibly would have finished the season in the top 10 if he had not had a major leg injury in a crash at Road America, causing him to miss the final 2 races of the season. After this, Foyt competed part-time before retiring in 1993. This video is presented by DiecastModelsWholesale.com. They offer a wide variety of die-cast cars, models, action figures, and other objects from companies like Hot Wheels, Greenlight, and Johnny Lightning, representing franchises such as Formula 1, INDYCAR, Star Trek, and Marvel. This is just a small sample of what Diecast Models Wholesale offers. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For a special deal from me, Ryan Holman, use the link in the description of this video and as the pinned comment for it.